Have you ever found yourself out in the wild, wondering if you could actually survive if you had to build a shelter with nothing but what nature provides? No tent, no gear, just your hands, your instincts, and whatever the forest is willing to give you. Building a shelter from natural materials might seem like something out of an old survival movie, but it's one of the most empowering and essential skills anyone can learn. And it's a lot more achievable than most people think. Whether you're a bushcraft enthusiast looking to level up your skills, or someone who wants to be prepared for any emergency, knowing how to construct a shelter from scratch can make all the difference. Let's start with the foundation of it all and choosing the right spot. The location of your shelter can literally be the difference between comfort and catastrophe. You want somewhere dry, sheltered, and safe. Flat, elevated ground is your best friend. Avoid areas where water collects, like the bottom of slopes or near riverbanks, because what seems dry now can turn into a puddle or even a flood zone overnight. Check your surroundings. Look up and around. Are there any loose branches hanging above that could fall? Are you too close to thick brush where predators might lurk or insects might swarm? The perfect shelter site is calm, quiet, and offers some natural protection from the elements. Once you've picked your spot, take a few minutes to clean up the area. Clear away sticks, rocks, and wet leaves. Not only does this give you a safer, more stable base to build on, but it also makes your shelter more comfortable and protects you from creepy crawlers moving in during the night. Now comes the fun and arguably the most important part, gathering your materials. Think of it like a scavenger hunt. You're looking for strong, straight branches to build your framework. Dry deadwood is ideal, as long as it's not brittle or rotting. Bend it slightly. If it cracks or crumbles, skip it. For insulation and coverage, go after materials like leaves, grass, moss, pine needles, bark, or even ferns. These will serve as your roofing and wall material, keeping the wind and rain out and your body heat in. If you find any long, flexible vines or green saplings, those are gold. You can use them to tie things together, your own natural rope. And remember, take only what you need and try not to strip any one area bare. Respecting nature ensures you'll always have what you need when you return. Once your materials are ready, it's time to bring the vision to life. A lean-to shelter is a great starting point for beginners, simple, reliable, and surprisingly sturdy. Set up a ridgepole between two sturdy trees at about waist or chest height. That's your central beam. Then, place strong branches at an angle along one side to create your sloped roof. These ribs form the skeleton of the shelter. From there, begin layering your roofing materials thick and tight to keep rain and wind out. The more layers, the better. Think of it like nature's shingles. Start from the bottom and work your way up to let water run off instead of collecting. Inside the shelter, create a sleeping platform using dry leaves, pine needles, or grass. This isn't just about comfort. Sleeping directly on the cold ground will drain your body heat fast. Even just a few inches of bedding can make a massive difference in your warmth and energy. At this point, you're not just surviving, you're creating your own little home in the wilderness. And while it may be rough and rugged, it's yours, built with your hands, your skill, and your awareness. Now, a few things to keep in mind. Always pay attention to ventilation. If your shelter's sealed too tightly, moisture will build up inside, especially in colder weather, and that can be dangerous. A small vent near the top or a slightly open side can help keep the air fresh. Also, always test the strength of your structure. Give it a good shake. If it wobbles or shifts, reinforce it. You want this shelter to withstand a good rainstorm or gust of wind, not collapse in the middle of the night. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is building a shelter that's too big. The larger the space, the harder it is to keep warm. A small, snug shelter may feel cramped, but it will retain heat far more efficiently. Build only as much space as you need. And remember, building a shelter isn't just about survival. It's about connection with nature, with ancient human skills, with your own ability to adapt and overcome. There's something incredibly satisfying about stepping back after hours of hard work and seeing a structure rise from the earth, knowing that if you had to, truly had to, you could make it work. You could survive. Even if you're not planning a backwoods adventure anytime soon, these skills are worth learning. They teach patience, creativity, and resilience. And if you ever do find yourself in a real emergency, they could save your life or someone else's. So, get out there, explore, practice, build something real with your hands. Even if it's just for fun, you'll be amazed at what you're capable of. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, don't forget to give it a like and share it with someone who loves the outdoors. Drop a comment below if you've built a shelter before or if you want a tutorial on other bushcraft techniques. And hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our next adventure. Until next time, stay wild, stay resourceful, and stay ready for anything.